Well, friends, happy Thursday. Jamie and Stephanie are off to Alabama, and I'm excited for them. You can see that Stephanie was so darn excited for a road trip. I don't know if you guys were watching the actual beginning video clip. She gets out of her vehicle. We're going to unload all of her things into the RV, right? And she gets out dancing. I said, Stephanie, you do know that I have cameras, right? She turned all shades of red, but it was cute, y'all. It was cute to see her happy. Jamie's happy, and so it makes you happy for them, you know? Okay, so friends, what's going to happen over the next couple of days, and Jamie knows about this, is that we're going to start moving horses over. So it's going to be hard on Jamie because she's not going to be able to walk out and see her horses here. But as you guys can see, and Jamie knows, it's for the best. Our grass is officially gone. Our pond has dried up to almost nothing. And what's left is just green, murky. Hey, I'm watching this. And so it is time to move the horses to the JL Ranch. All right. So the first trip I'm going to take will be an easy one. It'll be Talus and Val in the big trailer. I don't have that trailer with me right now. I have it parked at the other property, but I will drive the big truck over and bring it. And we'll take those two horses first. They're already familiar with the other horses over. That would be Roman, Rita, and Gemma. And these guys also already have their stalls, and they know their stalls. Now, the difficult part, let me move my phone up a little bit. The difficult part will be who to take next. Because I want to make sure it's a smooth transition for everybody. And so I don't know, and you guys might be a better judge of this. Do I move them all the same day? Like, do I come back and get two more and then come back for the last two? Or do I go ahead and just take Talus and Val today, and then tomorrow take two more, and then the next day take the last two? So I'm not real sure exactly what is the best method for moving all the horses together. I know it's going to be some transition. It's going to be a little bit of chaos. It's going to be a little bit hectic for a while. But guys, it's time. We're blessed to have the ranch property with all of the green, beautiful, lush grass that we have over there. And whereas as of right now, with the lack of having no grass here, then it's fairly just a dry lot. The horses are living all day off of hay, green hay in the mornings and dry hay throughout the day, along with a little bit of grain. So this has to happen. I know that it's not something that you want to hear, but it is something that we're going to have to do. So that will be one of the jobs I'm going to start working on. Well, okay, someone's demanding my attention. Now listen, I have to be very careful videoing chickens because they're not mine. But when I start making a video and they start screaming, then that means they are asking for attention, aren't they? And I would be wrong to not give it to them. Have you guys met Benny? Hey, Benny. Benny, come out of there. I want to look at you. Guys. Benny. That's not Benny. That's Benny over there. Benny, come over here. Benny and the Jets. Come here, Benny. Look how pretty. Look how beautiful. Hi. Hello there, handsome. So these are his two lady friends. And the funniest story about these chickens here is, look, he's trying to show out for you all. Are you dancing for the ladies? All girls love a man who can dance. Girls, you know it's true. And I'm so sorry that not many men can dance. We do try. There are some who try. Look at that. Look at that handsome devil there, Benny. Benny, be sweet. Okay. Thank you, Benny. Let me tell y'all a funny story about him. So we did not want to put those chickens with our others because we had some babies who were sick. So what we did was just let them live here inside this barn for a little bit, hoping to get the other chickens taken care of. Jamie would come by over here and sprinkle out a little bit of grain, a chicken feed for them over here, hoping they would roost in this spot. There's their water right there. Okay, so funny story. Jamie comes out one morning and could not find them. She was terrified, couldn't find them anywhere. And all of a sudden, I mean, she goes around and she's looking high and low and she thinks that something got them overnight. And at some point, we heard that same stupid crow that he has, and we're looking around like crazy. And if lo and behold, we don't look up, and they have found themselves all the way up there. But guys, they could not get down. It's already midday. They're up there screaming they could not come down. So Jamie had to take this broom. Guys, I'm not making this up. I wish it were on video, but Jamie took this broom up, had to hold it. They all three stepped over onto the broom. They literally walked onto the broom, and she gently lowered it down. And she gently lowered it down to remove the chicks from the top of the rafter. Is that funny? That is making that noise. That's not me. And so that was one of the funniest stories of Benny and the Jets. It's hard to find a lot of humor in chickens, okay? I'm sorry, but to me, it's hard to find a lot of humor in chickens. Guys, I'm trying here, okay? But that was one funny story. They got up there somehow and just could not find their way back down. I wanted to talk to you guys about my son, my oldest son, and how proud I am for him. And I know as I sit here on the patio making a video, which will hopefully make us a few dollars, which we'll use to pay the bills, social media has been very good to us. And we've talked about how we know it will not be forever. We know it's just temporary. We've also talked about how when social media does, when we running our course and social media moves on in a different direction, you know, Jamie and I will still have our retirements and the things that we're doing for our small business to fall back on. But I've always worried about the younger generation, the Jakes, the Brienne, the Ellie, the Megans, the Ben, other creators who have smaller channels who don't have a 9-to-5. And, well, I'm going to play you a little video from Ellie, and then we'll talk about it after his little video snippet.
Hey guys, Flip Flop here. Today, oh my goodness, y'all are never going to guess what I'm doing right now. I am currently driving on the way to my first ever corporate job interview. I never thought I would ever see the day where I worked a real 9-to-5 job. For those of you that don't know a whole lot about me, my name is Ellie Morrow. On YouTube and Facebook, I go by the Flip Flop Farmer, and I'm 25 years old. My entire adult life, that's what I've done for a living, is content creation. I manage the farm called the I'm a Survivor Sanctuary. They have about 2 million followers on Facebook, a few 100,000 on YouTube, and so I, my wife and I manage the farm, and then making our own content of our caretaking for the animals. It's an animal sanctuary, if you didn't know, and so making content about the things we do over there on a daily basis. That's how we've made our living, and we love our lifestyle. Things have gone wonderful. It's a true blessing being able to work from home because we live on the farm that we run. But in recent months and recent years, it hasn't been as lucrative as it previously once was. Social media, working from home jobs can be finicky. They can go in up and down waves, and so right now we're in a valley. But in the meantime, I've realized that I'm gonna have to go out there and get another job. This is not gonna sustain me the rest of our lives. This is not gonna sustain our family and help us do what we want to do. And so a few weeks ago I started job hunting once I realized that this reality was gonna set in. And today,
Yesterday.
if you guys know me.
And I don't know why, but just watching that video broke my heart for him. And I'll tell you why. I guess I'll try to put it into words of why it broke my heart for him. It's because, well, number one, I'm proud of him. I'm so proud of him for having the insight to look around, realize that things are not going as easily as what they were at some point. And now he's getting to a position where he's realizing that, hey, we're not making enough off of social media to pay our bills. And guys, I don't know of any of us who have not had to go out and get a job or a second job. And I know that my parents, my mom always took care of us kids. My dad's always had 2 jobs to make sure we, paid all the bills. And so, whereas Ellie and Megan were always able to manage the farm there in Plum Grove and then pay their bills from the social media, we have talked a lot about how social media has taken a huge dip this year, 2025. And without getting into specifics, Facebook stopped paying altogether. And if they do give you a couple of dollars, it's literally just pennies on what used to be dollars. So smaller channels like Ellie's and Megan's, all they had at that point was their YouTubes, and it's just unable to make the ends meet, the financial ends meet. So Ellie did go and begin looking for a job. He began interviewing, and he finally found himself a position that he thinks he's going to enjoy. And so I wish him the best of luck. But even though he and Megan are both 25, this will be the actual first 9-to-5 job that my son's had. And so there's a lot to learn in the job world. Think about how much we learn from jobs. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be his career. I don't suspect it will be. But we all had to start somewhere. And most of us started our first jobs when we were 16, 17, 18. And so we had the growing pains of having to learn to get up at a certain hour, to get ourselves dressed into a certain dress code, to be able to work a full 8-hour day, to get along with other coworkers. And all of these things, we'll have to deal with a boss, sometimes a boss who's not real fun to deal with. And so all of these things are what everybody has to do at some point in their life. Most of us start doing those things when we're younger. But Ellie and Megan were fortunate to be able to survive off of social media, for several years. And now, though, reality has kind of hit home, and Ellie was very mature in how he explained it. And that, hey, we just had to realize that we're not making ends meet. And that we have I have a family to support. Eventually, we'll have kids. There's always going to be bills. And anyway, so I'm proud of him, guys. I want you to know that I'm very proud of my son. There's always been people who have given Ellie and Megan a really hard time. And I think that the reasons for that vary. But this is my son. And even though he's 25 getting his first 9-to-5 job, guess what? He's worked for years. He's been able to do enough with his social media to make ends meet. He maintains a home, a yard, and a farm with 100 or more animals. And you know what? He's done a very good job at that. So allow me to be happy for my son. And if you can't find the same joy in the things that bring me joy, well, we don't need your opinions. To be honest, we don't need your opinions. No one's asking for them. And the last thing I want to do is allow you to talk mess about my son. So I'd rather you just go ahead and say nothing but allow me to be happy for him. Wish him the best. So, well, friends, I want you to be aware that things are going to get very busy from here on out. Jamie and Stephanie are gone, and then that means that I'll be taking care of pretty much both of the properties. And with our schedule right now, having the bottle baby in Sweet Caroline, the routine, what we're doing over here with the midday water down, it's going to be really, really busy. So I'm not certain that we'll be able to stay on the same schedule with our videos like we like to do. I can guarantee you that I will still go live in the mornings and in the afternoons, but just know that I'm going to be really pressed for time, and well, I just hate to make excuses for myself, but just know there are a lot of mouths to feed around here, and I promise you we're going to do all that we can to keep everything running smooth while the ladies are gone. You guys keep them in your thoughts and prayers as they travel. And then, of course, keep my son in your prayers as he begins, as he joins the workforce. And then finally, if you have an extra prayer somewhere inside of you, say one for me, that I can keep all these babies going, and that we will be here when Jamie gets back on Monday. All right, thank y'all for watching. We love you so much. Blessed to have you, and we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.